doesn't really wow you on defense with what he does. I mean, he gets blocks, but it's really his positioning and his rotations are what make him so great. Always involved in plays, and he just seems to be able to protect the rim and a terrific team defender.
Gay can't hit.
Well, I'll tell you, it hasn't been his best quarter, but we know he won't get discouraged. This guy will keep grinding.
Lowry kicks to Van Vliet. Back to Lowry. Over Murray. And Pirtle pulls it down. Spurs have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Here the three. That one, no good. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Lowry looking around. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Rudy Gay. San Antonio's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. Murray against Lowry. Outside Aldridge. 6 on the shot clock. Tries from 10, and it's off the back rim, no good.
Tremendous defense. Boy, they're putting an emphasis on not giving him a clean look inside.
Pass to Lowry. 59 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Van Vliet. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss.
Boy, that's a tough miss. Does well to get himself open and then botches it up.
Murray, good.
Well, this is where DeMar DeRozan proves he is the real deal. Not only a skilled scorer, skilled at finding his teammates as well.
Murray against Lowry. And the pass to Gasol. San Antonio with the rebound. Pirtle's got 4 rebounds now tonight. White goes back up, and it's laid up and in by Aldridge. Aldridge has got his second bucket of the game to go.
That's a big payoff for crashing the offensive boards. Go to work.
Now Lowry. Outside Gasol. The shot, no good. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Spurs lead by 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions about the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me are Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Please, a hand at home. Clapping for yourselves. Oh. DeMar DeRozan brought his A game early tonight. He had 8 points and 1 assist. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, their reserves showed up tonight. Not just on hustle plays, but in points. And that's what you got to do coming off the bench to maximize your minutes.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
Well, they shot under 40% in the half. That tells the story right there. The defense deserves some credit for disrupting them a little bit, but they need to counteract with more creativity on offense. Fewer isolations, more movement, better shot selection.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
The evening commute has plenty of people on the move here tonight in Toronto, where we welcome you back. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You gotta like what DeMar DeRozan has done in this game.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
You know, I think, Greg, they never settled for the first look. It was always about, let's get the best shot possible. Really good judgment on the offensive end.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. Trailing by 2. Well, after the Raptors fell short of their goals last season, you knew they were going to be changing some things up.
Well, obviously the first big move was moving on from Dwayne Casey as the head coach. And you think about Dwayne had brought the best years this franchise had seen, and they still felt it was time for a shift. Now, it's not necessarily his blame. Sometimes you just need to hear a new voice when you've ended in the playoffs the way they have over the last several years.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. DeRozan and Aldridge, the talented forward duo. White is out there with Murray, and it's Pirtle in at the 5 spot. The first free throw is good.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. With college basketball expanding the three-point arc out to FIBA range, Doris, does that set the table, you think, for the NBA to move its arc, their three-point shooting line, out as well?
I think one of the things that I would like to see, Kevin, is a more unified game across countries, right? We've talked about the NBA and basketball in particular becoming a more global game. I think one thing that I'd really love to see at the lower levels of basketball in the formative stages is young players have to play with a shot clock. Because what that forces those players to do is be three-tool players. Under duress of a shot clock, you better be able to put the ball on the deck, make a pass, or take a shot. So I think the more we can normalize a set of international rules, the better basketball is going to be long-term.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Pau Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrated. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Part of leadership, DA. Thank you. San Antonio shooting their first free throw of the game.
And you really got to give them a ton of credit for what they've done at the free throw line this season. How about 82% as a unit?
Norman Powell's checked in for the Raptors. Spurs also with the sub. Bertin is checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
One thing you have to admire, Doris, about the Raptors franchise is their sustained success.
And that's not easy, Kevin. Last year marked their third straight 50-win season and their fifth straight postseason trip. Very few other teams can claim those items in that time frame. For the Raptors, what a good, solid core.
And again, Toronto no up. San Antonio leading by 5. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Murray kicks to White. Outside Aldridge. Here's DeRozan. It's hauled in by the Raptors. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Lowry against Murray. The drive by Lowry. Buries it down low. Lowry's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, if you give him a window of opportunity, Kyle Lowry will attack the basket. He's not going to pass up that chance, Kevin.
And White kicks to Murray. Pass to Bertens. To the paint. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Aldridge has got the lead up to 5 now for the Spurs. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Murray against Lowry. Outside Leonard. Over DeRozan. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Fred VanVleet is checked in for Kyle Lowry. Then for the Spurs, Rudy Gay's checked in for Aldridge. Bellinelli comes in for White. And it's Bryn Forbes in for DeJounte Murray. Here is Forbes. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.